So my prediction, about 1 year ago, I actually was here at the Singapore FinTech Festival, and I got in trouble when I went back to the office because the PR team said I had overstepped by predicting that within a year, I predicted that financial institutions like banks would be using XRP in their payment flows. And that was a year ago that I made that prediction, and I go back to the office and everybody was like, Brad, you're not allowed to say things like that. It turns out I was right. Which I remind the team of. So now as I look forward a year from now, like what are the things that are hard for us to imagine being true? And not even specific to Ripple or to XRP's community. I think one of the things that will surprise us a year from now is that banks will be custodying digital assets directly. And I think right now we think about that and think, look, there's no way that's going to happen. They're too conservative. And I think what you're seeing is, two things happening. One is banks are seeing that a lot of money is being made by digital asset exchanges globally, and banks are profit motivated. The second, and as we've talked about up here, certainly Ross has made very clear, is regulatory clarity and regulatory frameworks enable banks and financial institutions to lean into these markets. And I think we will surprise ourselves by this time. But I'll also predict that it will be banks in the ASEAN markets where there is this regulatory clarity and there is a lot of progressive forward thinking. They'll be the first to actually allow for crypto assets custody in their accounts.
Well guys, welcome back to another video. That clip you saw was posted from I Am Legion on Twitter, and I wanted to show that because, as we know, yesterday in our video we covered this: US banks allowed to hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple for customers. So really cool to basically see Brad Garlinghouse kind of call this event. The other thing that we all know that Brad Garlinghouse is called for is on use case and utility, saying that coins that have an actual use case, that offer actual utility, will do very, very well in the years to come. And so, seeing him knock this prediction on the head, you kind of got to believe him when he says the coins with use case. And, we're seeing a lot of great projects, even other than Ripple's XRP. We're seeing a lot of great projects with a use case, with utility. And this is just all coming together really, really great. I also want to share with you guys a couple of other things on Twitter before we start moving along. Firstly, let me show you this. This is from @DigitalMorocco, Digital Capital on Twitter, and they put together this awesome little, I guess you could say flyer kind of picture with all of Stellar's partners, and they show Stripe, Deloitte, IBM, Trezor, Blockchain.com, BitGo. Just really a nice list of partners. If you guys want to sit there and read them all, just pause the video and feel free to do so. With that said, we're going to move on to here. This is coming from @ShivFreeSpirit, and this was in the article of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency on July 22nd, and it says, depending on the type of cryptocurrency, it may have characteristics of either fiat money or money backed by some underlying asset or claims. Fiat money refers to instruments that do not have intrinsic value, but that individuals and institutions are willing to use for purposes of purchase and investment because they are issued by a government. So can you believe that? They literally said fiat money, it has no intrinsic value. They're literally admitting to it right here in this document. Government issued currencies, including the US dollar, follow abandonment of the gold standard, or traditional fiat money. Some types of cryptocurrencies may have similar characteristics as fiat money. And Shiv here says, I cannot believe I am reading this about the US dollar in an official document issued by national banks regulators themselves. Fiat money refers to instruments that do not have intrinsic value, and I gotta say, I share his same sentiment. I honestly cannot believe that we are reading these things in official documents. To be honest with you, I can't believe half the things I'm seeing lately, one of which was this that I saw yesterday. Of course, it happened right after I recorded my video, and then I see this news and I was like, didn't get to add it in, but we're adding it in today. So this is coming straight from Visa, advancing our approach to digital currency. Now, you might see a lot of highlighting, like I just kind of highlighted everything, but trust me, this is really good stuff, and we kind of need to read it to unpack it. So as a global payments technology company, Visa is focused on delivering the greatest value to people, businesses, and economies everywhere, regardless of currency, channel, or form factor. That form factor is an interesting choice of language to use. We're reshaping how money moves across the globe, and that means pursuing a broad array of technologies and partnerships. The concept of digital currency, or a digital version of cash controlled by a private key, was created more than a decade ago with the launch of Bitcoin. Today, fiat-backed digital currencies, commonly referred to as stablecoins, have emerged as a promising new payment innovation, combining the benefits of digital currencies with the stability of existing currencies like the US dollar. It's a concept that is gaining traction beyond fintechs and now includes financial institutions and central banks. Consumers and businesses are also adopting digital currencies, and circulation is growing rapidly, reaching over $10 billion in May. So guys, Visa is acknowledging that money is pouring into the space, and I think the most notable thing that we could say within that quote is they said a concept of gaining traction with financial institutions and central banks. So they are entering the cryptocurrency market, as we know, though, right? If you guys have been in the crypto space long enough, definitely if you've been watching my channel, we know this. We know that this has already been happening. So if anybody at this point admitted to it, like Visa or anybody else, it's basically old news to us. At this point, it's just official confirmations. We kind of know where we're going. We kind of know what's going to happen. We know what we need. We know we need regulation. We know that we're headed that way. So now every time these big players do it, it's just confirmation for us that our investments are in the right spot. At least that's how I'm viewing it. So they say Visa has been working closely with licensed and regulated digital currency platforms like Coinbase and Fold to provide a bridge between digital currencies and our existing global network of 61 million merchants around the world. More than 25 digital currency wallets have linked their services to Visa, giving users an easy way to spend their digital currency balance using a Visa debit or prepaid credential anywhere Visa is accepted. So you're going to be able to spend your crypto with your Visa card. Insane, guys. This is what leads up to mass adoption. Digital currency wallets are looking to use the full range of Visa's capabilities, including Visa Direct, which makes it faster and easier for consumers to convert digital currency and push those funds to their Visa credentials in real time. Much of this work is happening through Visa's Fast Track program, which helps fintechs, including those in the digital currency space, integrate quickly with Visa's global network. As part of their public sector strategy, Visa has been engaging with policymakers and global organizations to help shape the dialogue and understanding of digital currencies. Now get this, this includes our work with the World Economic Forum. So they're in bed with the World Economic Forum. So they know what's coming. They're all aligned on the the same set of values and principles, or same agenda, and they're going to move forward with it. And I think that main thing, it's many things, but one of the main ones, the one thing that we're documenting here on this channel is a push to digital, a push to cashless society. So they say, in our collaboration on a set of policy recommendations for central banks exploring the concept of CBDCs. So they say, as our product and research teams continue to evolve our offering in the space, Visa's currency strategy will reflect a set of values. Visa's digital currency strategy. So their values are these three main points: security, privacy, integrity, and trust. We will maintain a rigorous focus on data protection, consumer privacy, and fairness, in full compliance with all applicable laws. Remaining currency and network agnostic, we plan to support the digital currencies and blockchain networks that our clients and partners demand, in keeping with our broader network of networks strategy. And their third, alignment with Visa's core capabilities. We have deep expertise in securing transaction data, working with diverse stakeholders, and maintaining an always-on network with continuous availability. So I'm not sure if they're referring to something else, but to me it sounds like they're referring to payments. So they say, we will pursue projects that allow us to apply this expertise to new networks and technologies that can benefit our existing client and partners. We believe that digital currencies have the potential to extend the value of digital payments to a greater number of people and places. As such, we want to help shape and support the role they play in the future of money. So guys, Visa is ready to shape the future of money. They are in bed with the World Economic Forum. They align on the same values. They want the same goals. They have the same goals. They have the same vision. And it looks like this is definitely where we are moving. Now, whether we like it or not, this is just what's happening. And we kind of have to go with it. I don't really like going all cashless. I wouldn't really enjoy being a completely cashless society. But what are we going to do? We have to position ourselves somehow. We know the dollar is losing buying power. I was going to show you guys this at the end, but since I'm already on that topic, we have Lebanon hyperinflates. So this is news. They just officially, it was either today or yesterday, they've officially gone into hyperinflation. And if we go here, Lebanon's annual inflation rate is 462% now, and if you compare that to Venezuela's annual rate soars up to 2,219%. So we're seeing another country go ahead and hyperinflate, and the reason for this is they say that they were basically playing a game. So how has Lebanon found itself in such an inglorious position? For years, the Lebanese government, the central bank, and savers played a game. The government spent more than it collected in taxes and financed its resulting deficits by paying sky-high interest rates on the debt it issued. The central bank bought some of the debt and kept the official pound US dollar exchange rate pegged at 1,500. The peg was designed so that those who purchased the government's debt would have confidence that it would retain its purchasing power in US dollar terms when it matured. Banks offered relatively high interest rates to depositors and were also part of the game. For a surprisingly long period of time, the money poured in from domestic savers, the Lebanese, and other foreign investors. They were all chasing yield and blind to the nature of the game. So you guys, it's kind of like a big scam pretty much. You know, you're putting your money in, but they're printing it, and it's really what it is. It's just a big scam. And if you can't read through the lines, if you don't understand that you are playing within a scam, then you get scammed, right? However, if you're aware of the scam that's going on, you can play the game, you can play the scam, and you can profit. So, you know, there's really only two people out there, and it's people who are aware of the scam and people who are not aware of the scam. And the people who aren't aware, they make bad, poor financial decisions, and they usually get wrecked. And the people who are, you know, you don't always win, but at least you can make better decisions, make more calculated, logical decisions when you know where it is that we're going. Anyways, was going to show you guys that at the end, but since I kind of got off topic, figure I'll show you guys that now. So anyways, with Visa coming out, and this is also what we need for mass adoption, right? Banks can now hold crypto. You're going to be able to buy crypto with Visa. There's going to be wallet services on Visa. You're going to be able to buy through PayPal. The rails are being set for the masses to hop on this train, and it is going to really go. Now we have IOHK and BeefChain team up to answer where's the beef. So the IOHK and BeefChain partnership will trace beef from ranch to consumer, fighting beef fraud and improving food security. The team behind Cardano, IOHK, have partnered with Wyoming-based BeefChain to utilize blockchain tech to improve traceability and security. Now, IOHK announced the partnership at the Cardano 2020 virtual event, saying that the solution will benefit both consumers and producers by tackling issues including food safety and recalls. They say, our BeefChain's partnership with IOHK brings state-of-the-art technology to ranchers. We are not technologists, and IOHK is providing the backbone to our system, and it is secured, transparent, and scalable. IOHK has provided everything we needed and more. By partnering with IOHK, BeefChain will be better able to certify ranchers via a process-verified program which focuses on quality assurance metrics like grass-fed and zero hormone treatment beef products. That's pretty amazing, guys. We were talking about Vechain and how they're partnered with 300 plus Italian agriculture companies. Now it's like, you know, I'd love for them to do something where, you know, they track GMOs. Well, Cardano doing this is great. I mean, they're gonna track whether or not you have hormone treatment in your beef. I mean, guys, that's a major thing, you know. Especially as people become more aware of the food that you're putting into you. People don't want meat that's been stuffed with hormones. You don't want chickens that have been sitting in the dark in a cage, you know, all their life and they're filled with disease. I mean, these are real problems, right? You're getting bad meat. I've seen videos of meat suppliers or packers or whatever. I don't know where in the supply chain section it's happening, but they'll be taking old meat and you know, it's starting to gray a little bit, and they'll red it up by soaking it in blood. Now, I'm not making this up. Like, you can go and research this for yourself. You know, they do some messed up things to our food. This is a great technology. This is something that I think is going to absolutely take over, and I think it's something that people are actually going to want, especially with, you know, a lot of people are going this vegan route, and a lot of people are going, you know, even people, you have vegans, you have carnivores, they're going to want to know where their things are being sourced from, whether or not they're filled with chemicals. People want to eat more natural. That's the way we're going. So anyways, I just want to say, like, I'm very excited for this. I think this is bullish for Cardano for sure. You know, I think some great things will come out of this. So Lupian said consumers will receive QR code with the beef, linking them to information on the web about the beef and the ranch that produced it. He says our consumer product is there to enhance the consumer experience and to help educate the consumer about where their product comes from. Back to the rancher, where you can meet the ranching family that's producing your product. So guys, with the QR code, it sounds a lot like Vechain and what they're doing. So this is really cool. Wyoming State Representative and BeefChain Program Manager Tyler Lindholm emphasized blockchain's ability to reduce supply chain costs. He said as soon as they found out how quick they could do it, they immediately told all their producers they don't really have a choice and they need to transition immediately to their new system. So that was good for blockchain, that's good for food safety, and good for traceability. I'm surprised they forced them onto the new system though. That's interesting. Australian beef tracing blockchain platform BeefLedger are another company who have understood the potential of DLT within the supply chain sector. Based in Australia, they focus on food safety and fraud issues, particularly for exports to China. According to Beijing-based industry expert Ian Lahif, for every I think that's kilogram, of genuine beef sold in China, there's 3 kilograms of beef that's not from the country claimed. So see, guys, that's what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of, even where your food is sourced, never mind if there's chemicals, if there's GMOs, if there's anything else bad for you in it, but you know, where is it actually being sourced? Is this meat from Brazil? Is it from China? Is it from Australia? Is it from the US? You know, that's a major thing because there's different qualities of meat and food as well. So this is great because it really holds people accountable and it takes trust out of the system. Basically, people can't lie. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, if you could give it a like, that would be greatly appreciated. I always appreciate any support you guys choose to show for the channel. And if you guys could subscribe, that would mean a ton. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications where you get a video like this daily. We talk about Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything going on in the crypto space. Let's check out some prices for today. We have Bitcoin at 9,500, Ethereum at 277. Ethereum has just been performing amazing, up 17% in 7 days. XRP is at 20 cents, Cardano at 12, Chainlink at 760. We have Stellar at 9.7 cents, and we have Vechain at 1.7 cents. Our fear and greed index is down a little bit, 2 points down from yesterday, sitting at 53. But we are out of the 40s, guys. If you guys didn't watch yesterday's video, I know not a lot of people didn't really get that many views. If you guys want to know, when we talked about this here with Brad Garlinghouse and U.S. banks being allowed to, you know, hold crypto assets, all of that is covered in this most recent video, and it actually didn't get that many views. I don't know if my title was off or something like that, or maybe my thumbnail was bad, but if you guys want to learn about that, go ahead and check out that video whenever. So now, moving on to some different type of news. Scratch Blockchain Island, Malta now wants to become a digital enclave. Malta's a little country, for those of you who don't know. So Malta is taking a more holistic approach to its digital economy, combining blockchain with other niche sectors. The Maltese government is continuing to break away from its once prominent blockchain agenda as it intends to take a more holistic approach towards digital economy development. In a recent interview, Kieran Bruno, chairman of the digital economy think tank, said, "We're moving away from being a blockchain island and more towards a digital island because we believe more in this holistic vision that includes all aspects and technological components." According to Bruno, Malta now favors an overarching vision for its digital economy strategy. The think tank, formed in June 2020, includes representatives from gaming, financial services, information sectors, and others. Back in September of 2018, the Prime Minister of Malta, Joseph Muscat, presented his country as a blockchain island at the United Nations General Assembly. The official rhetoric is becoming less blockchain focused, while Muscat himself had to step down due to a political crisis at the end of 2019. Beverly Tawna, a member of the think tank, says the aim is to make Malta more attractive for startups. When you're operating within a sandbox environment, there's more room for tailor-made approaches. So yes, we're moving away from just crypto and blockchain and are looking for fintech operators now. She also noted, though, Malta is not shifting away from what we had done before and is still very much active within the virtual financial assets space. So guys, some bullish news out of Malta. We know Singapore has been doing some really great things for blockchain, and now we see Malta. So another tiny country who wants to get startups there, and I think we'll see that as well. I think, you know, the smaller countries that, you know, maybe don't make as much money, you know, say like a country like the US, a country like China, a country like India, you know, they're going to want to, you know, they're going to want to make money. And so I think one of the best ways for them to make money is by, you know, embracing blockchain, and because they know, everybody knows that the money that is coming from blockchain is absolutely insane. Even the crypto projects that don't have coins, you don't necessarily need a coin to make money from blockchain. If you have like a blockchain type company that, let's say, they offer like, you know, SaaS services or blockchain as a service type services, you know, the money that they collect on taxes. So that's why they want these startups in their country, because, you know, they're going to be able to tax them. And if these companies are making a lot of money, you know, it's going to be a considerable amount of money in tax that they're they're actually collecting. It's going to help boost their economies, you know, going to help, progress them as a country, progress their infrastructure. So it's basically a win-win-win-win-win for these smaller countries who can act faster. You know, these bigger countries like China, Russia, the US, they're bigger. So it's more chains of command that something has to run down before, you know, an actual change can happen. But if you have a smaller company and they're, or not company, if you have a smaller country, and there's less leaders or a chain of command that it has to go through, you can make decisions and you can make actions, you know, a lot more fast. It's kind of the same thing where, like, if you owned a company, if you have a massive corporation that you own and you have 400 employees, a shift in the company vision or a shift in, you know, company product or anything like that is a lot harder to do than, let's say, it's, you know, you're kind of like a self-employed and maybe you just have 1 or 2 employees, and, you know, you can just think about something and immediately make the change without going through, you know, contracts and lawyers and legal changes. You can kind of, you know, it's just you and maybe you employ 1 or 2 other people and you can make a change a lot more, you know, on a whim. So anyways, really cool to see from Malta. I expect to see, like I said, more countries doing this. This has been some really bullish news today, guys. You know, from Malta to Visa to IOHK tracking beef. You know, this is coming together absolutely beautifully. I don't really know what more you could ask for in terms of news coming out. I just see so many confirmations every single day that this is where we are going. I no longer feel scared for holding digital assets. I feel scared that I don't own enough of them at this point, because I mean, look at this, right from Visa, advancing our approach to digital currency. Like, come on, how much more bullish can you get? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel where you get a video like this daily. If you guys could like the video one last time for me, I really appreciate, always appreciate all the support, all the love that you guys give to the channel. And with that said, I will see you all on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.